welcome to the town of Goldfield, Nevada. It's about 182 miles north of Las Vegas. It's about 62 miles north of Beatty. And it's on Highway 95. It's got an elevation of 5,690 feet, and it has a population of we don't know. They're only going to declare the elevation here because I'm not sure they're sure what the population is. Right now we got a little sign here. It says Goldfield, living ghost town ahead. I drove through it once. They might be overemphasizing the living part. So we're going to check and see whether this is a living or dead ghost town ahead. It's an interesting ghost town, that's for sure. So I'm going to drive through it first so you can kind of see things as we go through, and then I'll stop at a few spots and we'll get some close-ups of some of the areas. Let's get going. The speed drops down to 25 as you enter the town. 25 is normal for most small towns, so that's unexpected. There are no traffic lights here in Goldfield because there's almost no traffic. You just drive right on through. You'll slow down a little bit, but if you blink, you might just miss the ghosts. The sign there says it's a National Historic District. That's pretty cool. If you're looking for gas, there's no gas here in Goldfield. As the billboard says, there's gas 27 miles ahead at Love's Truck Stop in Tonopah. If you're running low on gas, you have 27 miles to go, or a lot of pushing. It's got one main street. This is Highway 95 that we are going on right now. It has one big curve to the road. That's about it. There's a lot of interesting buildings here as we drive through. The one on the left looks old and the one on the right looks newer, though it's hard to tell with brick. There's some really interesting spots. I'm looking forward to turning around when we get to the end, because I want to get out and explore some more of these places here. Hey, that one's for sale. There goes one of those trucks. Trucks like that make up the majority of traffic coming through here, feels like. And that's about it. A few scattered buildings up ahead, and that's it for Goldfield. I'm going to turn back now and head back into town. I'm going to be getting out and exploring on foot now. And we're going to see what else we might just be able to find in this town of Goldfield. There isn't a lot here, but what's here looks pretty interesting to me. And I want to find out if it's really a living ghost town and if there's any ghosts living in the town. Let's go check it out. I don't know if you caught the sign for the Goldfield Library. This is it here. It doubles as a library and the historical equipment display for the Goldfield Historical Society in memory of Frank Fairchild. It's got a lot of old equipment in here. Just not sure if we can get in to actually see it or if we'll have to be looking at it through this fence. I don't see an entrance. I saw a gate, but it looked locked, unless there's one on the other side. Got a lot of really cool old cars. Look at this one. Whoa. It's like an old Model T or something. Let me walk around on the other side and see if I can find a way into there. Well, I only had to walk about 10 more feet and I would have seen the gate on this side. I guess I had spoken too soon. This looks like a heavy-duty dump truck. Not very heavy-duty now. Oh, interesting. Down here on these railroad ties, they've got a marker as to where they're from. Death Valley Railroad. And its number. Must have numbered the ties. This one is from Carson and Colorado Railroad, 1880 to 1900. Mound House, Nevada to Keeler, California. Very interesting. Fresno scraper used during railroad construction. Oh yeah, oh that guy. I see the scraper. And there's a bucket. This is pretty neat that they kept some of this. Miscellaneous parts. Need some parts for your car? Come on down. Looks like some kind of trailer. It's got wood spoke wheels. I don't know if they'd be pulling this behind a car or truck or what. I don't recall back. Wasn't around 100 years ago or 120 years ago. I don't know. Maybe the earlier cars or trucks used wooden spokes for their wheels. It's got rubber around it. And I almost stepped in some burrow doo-doo. There's a lot of burrows around here. see what this says. 1937 Dodge dump truck. Used by the county. Oh, there you go, yeah. County of Road Department, Esmeralda. I like the rust on that. It's like really cool. Let's see what's on the inside. A few gear shift knobs. Not much to this on the inside. Mirrors. A little rusty. It's got one headlight. Sun's a little harsh on this right now. Sun's still low, it's early in the morning. I want to go check out that truck and the old car. I wonder if they got a placard on that car. This guy's got both his headlights. The glare of that sun is a little rough, dead on there. It's a Ford V8. Got that. Let's see what it says here. 1934 ton-and-a-half Ford dump truck. Got a lot of dump trucks here. Oh, there's the mechanism to dump dump bed. Oop, it's stuck. I wasn't sure if it'd open or not. It didn't. We won't force it. There's the inside. And yeah, I want to check out this guy. What's left of him. It's got wooden spokes. Look at that. It's got wooden spokes for the tires. There was rubber around it. It's not there anymore. There is no engine. The engine is missing, as is most of the rest of it. Let's see, it's got a front and back seat, so it's maybe a 4-passenger. Depends how many you can squeeze in there. But I don't see any signs giving any information about this. Part of the frame you see is wood, even with the metal. If you happen to know what this is, please go in the comments section and tell us what it is. I'm not sure what it is. Well, let's get moving on. It's a nice little collection of old cars and memorabilia from that time period. So let's get moving on to the next spot. Go a little further, heading south, there's a dog park that is part of the visitor center. It's really nice. The visitor center has some bathrooms. In case you need to use some bathrooms, it's always good to know where they are in a town. And they're right here by the visitor center in the back. You can see the sign, restrooms. Right up here is a really cool spot. Can't wait to get out and stop and walk around that. It's very interesting. Here on Main Street, we have a building called Main Street. Although its name should be something like Sign Street, the street of signs, the building of signs, main signs. If you need a sign or you're missing a sign, this looks like the place to come. And you're in luck. It's for sale. West, east, speed limits, road narrows, left lane must turn left, right lane must turn right. 2-hour parking, no truck parking. Ooh, there's license plates from Minnesota and California. I was born in Minnesota and I live in California, so that's kind of cool. Post office is upside down, but it's that way. It actually is. Very cool. They've even got some regular street sign, traffic lights along with the signs. I guess that's a sign, right? The other side of the street, looks like we've got the guy that's trying to sell the place. He hasn't gotten any takers. He's just been hanging out, maybe a few years too many. Here we go, some more signs. New York is 2,702 miles that way. Seattle is 991 miles out this way. It's quicker to go to Seattle. Reno 264, Las Vegas 163. That's correct, because the beginning of town it said 162. Dallas, Tucson. Some old tools lined up here. Must be part of what's for sale. Guy's waiting and waiting. Can't imagine why nobody's jumped on this prime property right here. Living, no, it should say dead, I think. Yeah, trucks keep going by north and south. They slow down just a little bit, but they don't stop. They don't stop anymore here. And speaking of that, we're not going to stop. We're going to get going to the next spot. We have the Brown Parker Auto Garage. Looks like they used to do a lot of work at one time. There's a sign for yard sale. It looks to me like the yard is all gone. They must have sold it off. There's nothing left. So part corrugated, part wood building here. So while parts of it look old, the doors look new. Right across from it, we have the Goldfield Hotel. There we go, Goldfield Hotel. I read a sign up there that said that you could contact them for tours through the Goldfield Hotel. Or, well, you could contact them for tours for the Goldfield Hotel for like regular tours or paranormal tours. Sounds like a place the Ghostbusters would want to come to. What's interesting is, like from a distance, this looked like they just built this thing 10 years ago. And maybe that's just the brick and stuff just lasts forever. But the wrought iron and stuff doesn't look that old. There's a lot of brand new glass. That's clearly new. But I thought, well, this is a brand new building here, and it's like the place is falling apart, yet people are still building new buildings. And actually, I have seen a couple new, what look like some new construction, like some buildings that had just been built. Now, it could be the brick that's just fooling me, but that's interesting that they're building some new stuff as everything else is falling apart. Another old building. Well, time to mosey on to the next place. Came across a rock shop or gem shop, and I found a dog that's awake, barking once in a while. Goldfield, Nevada, world's greatest gold camp. That I didn't know. Sign here about slow down, donkeys in town. I haven't seen any donkeys, but last night I was photographing the Milky Way out at the International Car Forest, and I heard donkeys throughout the night. A lot of cool ore here and bottles of water. Not sure what that's about. Oh, videos, $1 each. Put money in the box. Ooh. See any vintage videos back there? I didn't. More water bottles growing here. I didn't know, except for Moses, that he could get water to come out of rocks. But here, we've got water coming out of rocks. On the far end here, we've got some very interesting vehicles. These ones look like they should be in the International Car Forest, but they haven't been planted yet. They're sitting here, quite decorated. This guy's got a station wagon. Had to restart this. A couple big trucks came by. I couldn't hear myself speak. Look at this. You got a station wagon with a Volkswagen Bug, or what's left of a Volkswagen Bug, on top of it. Looks like if you got bored, they've got like some board games. They got dominoes. You can play dominoes here. Another car. This is a sedan. It's got a boat on top. Ooh, look in the back there. Is that a van with a Volkswagen on top of it? And this car just has a rack on top. Here, this trailer is decorated out. Somebody had some time on their hands. Ooh, look at this old TV. Old TV. I remember having a TV like that. And yeah, got a old van. Is that a Dodge? What is that? Can't make it out. But I can make out that it's got a Volkswagen on top of it. In some ways, I gotta say, this might be the most interesting thing I've found so far. It is just so cool how creative this is and the amount of time that went into it. But as creative as it is, let's get going. Here on Franklin Avenue, we have a few old wooden buildings still hanging in there, barely. Ooh, a couple old plates. The ceiling is bowing. It's bowing down to the elements. Don't want to get on the porch. Oh, there's an old fold-up chair there. So this is number 81 in the historical markers. They've got a lock on that door, though I'm not sure why. Because you could just climb in the window if you wanted to go in there. I'm not going in there. Then we have, in the background, we have one of the modern buildings, as I mentioned. They do have a couple modern buildings here. Ooh, look at this. An old chair. I hear somebody over here. There's a couple old cars. Looks like he's beating on, well, not the car, I guess. He's beating on the building. So yeah, next to the old cars, we have a new pickup. That one back there, that looks like something the Ghostbusters would be interested in. These cars are in pretty good shape. And this is behind Shell gas station. Right across the road there, we have Glenn Campbell's old truck. Looks like the rhinestone cowboy truck. Although those aren't rhinestones, but they kind of get that same feel as a rhinestone. Pretty cool looking. Oh, look who we have in here. Right here is the Dinky Diner. That's what that, on the one sign I couldn't tell what it was, but on that sign it says Dinky Diner. It's very small. It is open. It wasn't open earlier this morning, but it's open now. Got a couple restrooms here. The Dinky Diner is like one of the only places you can eat in Goldfield. I think there's one other one, but this is the only one I know of for sure. And the sign says open. Well, before we decide to get tempted by their food, I want to finish this video, so I'm going to keep going. Just across the street from the Dinky Diner and down a couple hundred feet is this. It says gift and thrift. It says something about gem shop. It says burners welcome. It took me a second to remember burners. What's a burner? A burner phone. You hear about that on TV, right? These criminal shows or cop shows, burner phones people have. But as for the Burning Man, I guess they must drive through here on their way to Burning Man or drive back. Right across the street from that, we have this huge tractor. I'll call it a tractor, I guess. That thing is huge. Look at the tires on that thing. Still looks in relatively decent shape besides being rust colored. And here's another one of those buildings that looks a little newer. Miners Hall Room and Board. An old kerosene wagon. Looks like maybe they were trying to rebuild part of this to look like a ghost town or old town, but it's all new looking. I think it'd look better if it looked all weathered and worn, and even if it was new. It'd be cool if it was weathered looking. Bunch of old parts here. Maybe this is some place you can be able to spend the night. Maybe in the wintertime they get more traffic because right now, well, it's not quite that hot yet, but yesterday it was 95 degrees here when I got here. It only feels like 80 something. But the hot temperatures of the summer, because this is the end of August, it's still kind of warm here. This wagon. Steering wheel's on the wrong side, buddy. Maybe the guy who designed this came from England, where they drive on the wrong side of the road. Pardon you guys from England. Nothing personal. There's like a scooper thing. Goes down, drop it down, and it scoops as you pull it up. So this kind of mix of old and new here. There's Minor Supplies. It's a brand new building. Maybe they're trying to renovate this. It's a cool area. You could definitely see where it could draw some tourists in here. And look at this, the main line. It's miniature, but I think in the mines they had to use these smaller ones. They couldn't get a big train in there. And we have an old house next to it. Old number 2. kind of press over here. Although it has saw teeth on it, so it must have been for cutting logs. Cutting and trimming logs, not a press. And we will finish about where we started. And we'll take a turn down this international car forest. And we'll drive down to it. This is going to be a brief little look at it because I did a video of it yesterday, just the international car forest all by itself. But I didn't want to leave this video without adding in the international car forest since it's a rather huge part of Goldfield at this point. I consider it a pretty big tourist attraction myself. Up and down roads. The camera doesn't see it, but I can start to see some of the forest back there. Cars. Almost there. Maybe you can see some of the background now. Road's a little up and down, a little rough, not too bad. You can take any vehicle back here. Here's the entrance for it. Talks about the International Car Forest of the Last Church, about respecting the artist. Artists are welcome to come. You'll see there's 3 roads that split off. You can take any of them. I found that I liked this middle one, I think, the best. There's a little entrance. Maybe they have it manned some days. The right one takes you all the way along to, bypasses all of it till it gets towards the back. So this one's a little steeper. The one to the left is steep. I'm driving a 4Runner, so I can go up it just fine. As we come up, you'll see a couple cars that have not been planted yet. They are waiting to be planted, perhaps, or maybe that's just where they're going to stay. Now, this road tees off. You can go. There's there's a bus up on the top and some another vehicle or two. We can go up there later. Here's our first planted vehicle right there. Hopefully you can see it. Sticking my camera out the window. I can't quite see that direction. For this tour, I'm going to tease you that if you want to see the vehicles up on that hill, you're going to have to see my video that I made just on the International Car Forest. How's that for a teaser? So I'd seen some photos of this. This is my first time here. Well, yesterday was my first time here. I thought it was a little smaller area from the photos. And it's not a huge area, but it is still pretty big. There's lots of choices for roads. You can take any choice you want. Because they all kind of loop around, circle around. This This is really, really cool. I don't know how they got the rock way up in the rear window of that one. That's got to be a heavy rock. So last night I photographed the Milky Way, did a couple time lapses. I did one with that car right there with one camera, and then the other one is up this hill. I did with the buses, or that bus over there. This, what you're seeing now, is basically straight south. So west is to my left. No, west is to my right. Oh boy. I see the 95-degree temperature is getting to me. I can't tell directions anymore. But facing that way is south, just about there. Just to the right of the bus is where the Milky Way came up last night, because it's late in the season, so by the time it gets dark, it's already up. But I composed like this and have my camera going all night long. So if you haven't seen the time lapse from that, please check that out. Well, I guess we'll end right here. I want to thank you so much for watching this video. Goldfield is a really interesting town between the living and the dead here, and the new and the decaying. There's just so much to see and explore around here. You could easily spend a couple days here if you wanted to. I was here just about 24 hours by the time I leave here, and my time was full of exploration. Thank you so much for watching this. Please subscribe, please share, please comment, and please like. And please come back for more. And please eat your peas, because I won't. But you can. Sorry about that. I had to throw that in. All right, till next time. Thank you so much.